Greetings, my fellow members of the United States Junior Chamber, and welcome to this very special annual conference wrap-up edition of JCTV. I'm going to be a little more casual today, as you can see. No fancy set, just me and you and some pictures talking. And I would say that I sense the JC world is on fire. Ooh, Lord. But I don't have to sense it, because I know it. I saw it firsthand at last week's annual conference in Seattle. And I got to tell you, folks, we had a blast. I mean, there were seminars, great parties, baseball games, of course, great food, entertaining morning shows, I hope, awards, speeches, honorees, and because I counted, the phrase positive change was uttered literally 9,676 times. And as any brain science expert will tell you, you cannot utter a meaningful phrase like that with that kind of repetition without it having a significant impact on your conscious and your subconscious. Now, what that means is that hundreds of active citizens from around our great nation are now back home, re-energized, reinvigorated, re-ready. Well, you can't be re-ready, you're just ready. But they are ready now to go back home and light a fire among our chapters, our states, and continue to do the great work this organization has been doing in our communities and around the world since 1920. Let's go into some more detail about Seattle. First, I'd like to start off by saying thank you. And see, I stand here today, but normally I sit here in this little green room screen studio in Athens, Georgia, sharing stories collected by our friend Katie in St. Louis and submitted from you guys around the country. But it's kind of tough sometimes to tell if our efforts are impactful. Well, talking to you in Seattle made me feel great about our efforts on JCTV. I talked to several folks from around, for instance, folks from Hawaii, one guy who said he watches every episode, shares it with his people at work as a recruitment tool. My friends, the ladies from Missouri, we all hang out on the balcony on the top floor after a great night. The nice lady from Montana who tried to negotiate my way into leaving there with one of their awesome hats. I didn't quite have time. I was even pickled, actually, by a former president of Michigan named Pickle. Everybody knows Pickle. In my neck of the woods, the old senators would go, "That boy ain't right." And which may be true, but he sure sports a ladderhosen with pride. Sorry if I mispronounced it, Pickle. Point is, the feedback I got was overwhelmingly positive. And for that, I thank you, because my fellow JCs, this is all for you. I'd also like to give a huge shout out to my man, my first assistant for the week, Mr. Aaron Dice, as well as his father, James. Both gentlemen you might recognize from President Crystal's family photos. Couldn't have done it without you, fellas. Thank you. Now let's talk about competitions, one of the biggest happenings at annual conference. Competitors from around the country met in what I would say can only be viewed as the national championships of business and intellectual skill sets. As you know, there are several areas of competition in JCs. There's Speak Up, Master Speak Up, Write Up, JC Jeopardy, and all kinds of good stuff. JC Jeopardy was won by my buddy Nathan Martin from Hawaii. Aloha! Write Up was won by Jennifer Curlin from Michigan. Speak Up was won by Jennifer Mansfield, also from Michigan. And our Master Speak Up winner was Becky Bradle from Wisconsin. Both speaker winners treated the audience by delivering their speeches, and both were fantastic. And I thought Miss Manfield's speech in particular was incredibly insightful.
I feel that one of the biggest challenges facing the JCs today is maintaining the ambitious JC at the local chapter level.
Other winners included outstanding first-year member, Miss Melissa Kivy, I don't know, from Illinois. Outstanding member following their first year, once again, my man Nathan Martin from Hawaii. Aloha.
It was worth it. It was worth it for myself to find why am I part of this organization, as more for a representation of my state, who I come from, our chapters, the members, and the projects that we do. So it's more for them, but for myself, it's gratifying to know what I do and why I do it and the passion that I serve.
And we'll have more from Nathan and several other contestants in a video we're producing about the competition experience. And we will let you know when that's out. It will be intended to just get more excitement riled up, have even more competition next year. And speaking of awards, there are a lot of JC members and chapters doing some incredible things that make them award-worthy. Good thing there were a lot of awards given out for these award-worthy people. Too many, in fact, I think, to name each one on JCTV, but maybe I'll go over a few of the highlights, and we'll put a link to the rest of the awards below in the info section. And how about Best State Growth and Development, the lifeblood of our organization, the award being given to Brian DeVitt of Wisconsin and Toby Stevens of Texas. Or maybe, you know what? I'm really afraid I might butcher some of these names. So why don't you just go check out the link below and see all the winners, the list of incredible winners for yourself. It might even include you. I mean, winners including, well, yours truly for the Heidi Juttner Outstanding Local Vice President Award winner. Well, thank you very much. But many people, many great JCs are winners, so go check them out right down below. Okay, so the success of the 2013 United States Junior Chamber Annual Conference is in a huge part due to the tireless work, energy, ideas, and enthusiasm of your 2013 National Board of Directors. They deserve a lot of credit, so let's run some opening credits. This is the video we produced and shot there in Seattle for Wednesday night's opening ceremonies.
It's Wednesday Night Live with President Crystal Ramsey Dice, Lance Algren, Jennifer Ray and Faye Poissant, Sarah Vaught, Jed Leno, Stan Fitchman, and your MVPs, Shameen Plum, Monica George, Paul Crawford, Tara Winkler, Tracy Chagnon, Troy Powell, Catherine Chang Arf, and Valerie Hart. With your host, Joel Harper. Ladies and gentlemen, United States Junior Chamber Executive Director, Joel Harper.
Well, folks, that is just about enough out of me. Thanks to everyone who made National Conference such an enormous success. A couple of things to remember, actually, before we go. One, President Crystal and her crew have already begun their tour around America for the Nothing But Nets. It'll be nothing but successful, I am sure. Follow her on Twitter, or JC's on Twitter, or follow the U.S. Junior Chamber Facebook page for updates. Also, we're just a few weeks away from the deadline of July 4th for the viral video contest. Get out there and shoot some awesome videos. Until then, let's get out there and make the world a better place. See you next time.